Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your girl Cherrell. I'm the host of Let's Talk the Show in this and the podcast. I want to thank y'all for tuning in this Tuesday, like y'all do every Tuesday. We got a great show in store. Before we go any further, make sure you click that button in your lower right corner, the arrow, and send this live to 3 friends you think will love the conversation. Hello, everybody! I'm so excited. I missed y'all. But before we go any further, you guys know we got to kick it off with something we're grateful for. I see you guys coming in the comments and joining in the comment section. Make sure you guys drop in the comment section something you're grateful for. I am grateful for renewed strength. I will say that. So yeah, I'm grateful for some renewed strength. That kind of just came out. I don't even know where the fuck that came from. I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to say that because that's not what I would have probably said, but like it kind of just came out. Whatever. We're going to go with it. So I'm grateful for renewed strength, to be back focused. Oh, God, so many distractions in the world. You could just be getting thrown the fuck off, right? I see y'all join in the comment section. Make sure y'all go ahead and click that arrow in the lower right corner. Share this conversation with 3 friends. And make sure you drop something in the comment section that you're grateful for. Y'all know I like to start the show off with that. That is super important. An attitude of gratitude is what you need to have. Is mandatory, is necessary. You got to have one. So make sure y'all click that arrow. And like I said, tonight we are talking about Brittney Griner and R. Kelly, y'all. They have been having they had the headlines in the chokehold. They everywhere. It don't matter if it's R. Kelly, being sentenced, or if it's Brittney Griner, and trying to figure out debates about, why she being treated the way she treated, if she was an NBA player with this matter. So it's just a lot of different things. We're going to talk about them all because it's super important. So we're going to kick it off with Brittney Griner, women first, right? Okay, so Brittney Griner, if you guys do not know, is a WNBA player for the Phoenix Mercury. She is a center, I believe. I'm working. You need to. I like yeah. Anyways, Brittney Griner is a WNBA player. I think she's a 7-time Allstar that I ran, and she plays for the Phoenix Mercury. So yeah, but in the off season, because if you guys haven't known, or if you guys don't know, I honestly didn't know until maybe like last year or something that the WNBA players do not get paid shit. Like shit. Like nigga shit. Like for real. Like I'm sure there's great perks that come with it. I feel like the perks do not even equate to any of the perks that the NBA players get. But I feel like the money they be making, shit, they can get a corporate job, okay? High-ranking corporate job and make the same amount of fucking money. That shit is ridiculous. So I could be wrong, but I looked it up a couple times and nothing really exceeded it. So they said basically that they get paid under $1 million a year. I think that's like even a best player gets paid under $1 million a year. Chelsea, you haven't. For real, they said like even the best player I was looking at said they get paid under $1 million a year, which means that you have to go and make sure you have diversified income. Like you have to be getting that money elsewhere, which is what also NBA players do. But a lot of the time they just be surviving off their NBA money unless they're like, big enough to get sponsorships and things like that. Go pee. Stop. Go pee.
Okay. Bye, Mama. Bye.
Bye, babe. Can you close my door, please?
Yeah. Mama, no, I really do it.
Close the door, please.
Mama.
Can you close my door, please?
No, I really do it.
Okay, close the door and go pee, please. Excuse me. Close it hard. So sorry about that, y'all. So anyways, that's gonna be a highlight. That's going on my page or something. Anyways, so yeah, Brittney Griner, I saw like even the best players get paid under $1 million, so they have to go elsewhere to make more money, right? So essentially, I believe that's what was happening when Brittney got stuck in Russia. They say that in the off season, WNBA players go play overseas because they can make up, I think it said, a little over $1 million a season. So that's what Brittney was over there doing. So she has been detained, I believe, since February. And, she basically, they said she had like cannabis oil, hashish oil in her suitcase or whatever. and so they charged her with smuggling. She pled guilty maybe a couple weeks ago. And so the big debate is like, I seen a lot of people. I really wish I should have screenshotted the comments, but there was a lot of people saying like she knew what she was doing, she knew what she was wrong, and I don't disagree. I think Brittney Griner absolutely knew what she was doing was wrong. I also don't think she was trying to smuggle anything, even if that's not the intention. That's just what it looks like, and I do think that it's excessive. But I was also reading that the owner of the Russian team that she plays for also has ties to Vladimir Putin. So I think that could be a big thing. And not to mention, when we kind of all heard about it, there was the big Russia-Ukraine situation going on. So there's a lot of political play, going on right now with that situation. And to be honest, if she was an NBA player, depending on what type of NBA player she was, I don't think she'd still be there, just being honest. And everybody's saying like, oh, but they would know better. And it's like, accidents happen. It's not saying, maybe she thought she didn't have it or whatever, but it's like accidents do happen. And it's like, if she was a high-ranking NBA player, nah, she wouldn't. And if she was still over there, we'd have more information, better contact. This would not be the same situation. Even I believe, even with the Russia-Ukraine thing going on. So yeah, I don't think, what do y'all think? Do y'all think that if she was an NBA player, and I'm not saying LeBron James, okay? We're not going to say LeBron James because everybody comparing her to LeBron. I think LeBron is the first professional athlete to reach $1 billion status while he's actively playing. So I don't even know if LeBron even fly, regular flights, okay? So what do y'all think? Do y'all think that Brittney Griner would still get the same response and the same treatment if she played for the NBA? I say yes, depending on her status. I'm trying to think of a lower ranking player. I'm not even gonna say his name because I don't even think he's that low. I think he's definitely on people's radar, and I don't think he's that low. But what y'all think? Somebody say yes. I think if she was an NBA player, there would be some action. Wait, hold on. You think she would still get the same treatment if she was an NBA player? I think that like I said, she would have to be if she was higher ranking, then we might not even be here. But if she was like lower ranking in the NBA, they might have left his ass there too. No cap. I ain't gonna hold you. But I think there's a lot of factors in play, and we got to think about the economic issue, which is that she doesn't make enough money, and she goes overseas in her off season. Like, she's like working all year round, it looks like, so I think that that's an issue that has to come into play. From what I've heard and what I've been reading from reliable sports resources or sports, I don't know, I can't even think of the word. Is that the NBA funds the WNBA? They don't make enough money. Okay, which contributes to why they don't have, is maybe access to as many resources and get the pay that the NBA players get. So I think there's an economic situation there. I think there's the ties with her team owner and his ties to Vladimir Putin. I think that there is, I don't know. It always just seems like sometimes it just seems like black women don't be that big of a deal. It kind of seems like that too. And I know it's much, much bigger than that. But sometimes it just seems like, especially with this Brittney Griner, it's just like black women not that big of a deal. If it was an NBA player, I feel like we'd be hearing it all the time. And it'd be a lot more coverage. Whether or not he was getting, better or worse treatment, I just feel like sometimes black women not that big of a deal. Okay. It just doesn't help that Brittney Griner is also a part of the LGBTQ community. I don't know how the fuck they got me saying all the letters, okay? Because I'm about to stop, all right? Y'all about to give me an LGBT. I'm about to stop. Q. That's only one more letter. That's lazy. All right. Well, whatever. But that's a lot of fucking letters. Like, that's a long-ass name, man. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Give me just one moment here. What? You poop? Okay, you done? No. Okay, let me know when you're done. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. So I think there's a lot of things that go into play here. What do y'all think? Tell me, what do y'all think? I saw Chelsea drop hers. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that Brittney Griner would get the same attention that she's getting now if she was an NBA player? I say it depends on the status of the NBA player, because I feel like they would have left a bench warming ass nigga over there too. Like, it ain't nothing we can do for you, baby. But again, he is a man. He might have got his ass back over here before Brittney got her ass back. So I don't know. Kind of feel like she wouldn't. She wouldn't if she was an NBA player. But again, she's part of the LGBTQ community. Her organization also in the United States, the WNBA, doesn't, make nearly as much as the NBA does. And not to mention, that's a serious offense. And I'm going to share... Oh, gosh. Give me just one moment, guys. One moment. Are you done? Yeah, you pooping, that's okay. Pooping. Sorry about that, you guys. Thank you guys for being so patient. I think there are a lot of factors that go into play with this Brittney Griner situation. I really feel for her family, because I don't think those were cheap flights to start with, but I feel like it really sucks when the climate of the world, like when we're in this climate of the world, like this so political, everything is literally day by day type situation. I remember for reading that for a while, they couldn't get in contact with her. So, it has to be very scary. Wondering, if your loved one is okay. They're in a completely different country. You know what I'm saying? And it has to be scary, not being able to hug them, touch them, talk to them. So it's really nerve-wracking. I really send up prayers for her family, and I really hope that they don't give her 10 years. I know that she did plead guilty. And then I think her situation speaks to a bigger situation when it comes to black women. I don't know. It's just like, damn. It's like we just don't be that big of a deal, but we're always expected to be at the forefront of everybody else's struggle. And it just sucks. It's like, why are we not doing everything that we can possibly do to get her back? Like, there should be no resource that has not been exhausted to get her back. Yes, what she did was wrong. Absolutely. Nobody's negating that. But to sit there and ignore the fact that the punishment doesn't fit the crime, like, that's kind of stupid. Like, let's be honest, it don't fit. 10 years for that? Like, she's been playing for the, like, does she not get like she's what they say, she's a productive member of the community? Like, she plays there. Like, I don't get it. So I really feel for her. It has to be scary being in there. It has to be scary being away from her family. It has to be scary for her family not to be able to get to her. And I really feel like we need to be exhausting every resource we got to get her back. I'm trying to remember who the hell was in another country stealing or something, and Trump got them home. Maybe I'm tripping, but I really feel like there was some... Do y'all remember that? And so I said, do y'all know what I'm talking about? Do y'all remember them people that was in another country, like, stealing some shit? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? They was stealing something. This was like clearly when Trump was in office, but it was like a couple of years ago. They was like caught stealing. I think they might have been. Maybe our relationship is much better with Japan and China than it is with like Russia though. But well, it is. But damn, I cannot fucking remember, bro. They was doing something. I don't know. Anyway, it was some motherfuckers over there stealing, And whatever they was doing, they was committing some crimes. And I think Trump got their ass home. I feel like Biden been sitting on his wrinkled ass up there playing this shit, and he could be doing a better job. You know, I feel like I don't know. I think honestly, I got so used to Trump being in the spotlight and always doing some wild shit on TV that now that I don't see Biden, although I think part of that is because he going on some bullshit. It's so weird. It's like, damn, I don't see this nigga Biden on TV. I don't hear nothing. It's like, I'm so used to this fucking clown being in front of the camera all the time. You gotta remember, they don't be in front of the TV all the time, you know. So honestly, I can admit that it's really weird not seeing Biden as much as I was seeing Trump clown ass. So yeah, there's that. So we're gonna move right along because I know I have this like lip gloss in my hand. We're gonna be moving right along to talk about the monster and the genius, R. Kelly. Yeah, but before we get to that, I want to let you guys know that tonight's shirt is brought to you by Revive Girl. This says choose peace. So when y'all get the time, make sure y'all look up Revive Girl and give them a follow. And support her business, right? Okay, so moving forward, we're talking about R. Kelly and this scandal, y'all. Lord, I've been watching clips of, like, first of all, let me say this. I've been watching clips of R. Kelly from years ago, decades ago. And I know y'all seen the clip of him on stage with the sign said, "Are you 18? All you gotta be is 18. What, like, do you got your shots?" I think he was obviously in another country. Told him, "Do you got your shots? Do you want to come to America?" It was crazy. I was like, and it was like, it's funny, but it's like, ha ha ha, like, what the fuck? And it's just like, people are saying that his punishment is excessive. And I'm like, this motherfucker 50 years old. This nigga lived 50 years free. He could be locked the fuck up for 30. Yikes. He gonna have to watch that shit the fuck off. He'll be okay, y'all. Okay, oh, thanks for coming. Thank you. But, you know, people are saying that his punishment is excessive. Not shit fit the crime. That nigga been doing wild shit for forever. I still think R. Kelly should get help, though. Nonetheless, he is a grown man, and hurt people. That nigga needs some assistance, some real help. But that's not what we're talking about. We are talking about, should R. Kelly's victims' parents face charges? And y'all already know how I felt about this, because in a previous post, in a previous episode, I talked about this, and I absolutely feel as though the victims' parents, R. Kelly's victims' parents, should be facing charges. So there were some text messages that were leaked by there were text messages that were brought up in court by R. Kelly's team, stating that they essentially tried to set him up, where the victim, whoever the specific victim, is not identified. I think she's just listed as Jane Doe. And her mother, is a conversation between her and her mother. And her mother goes on to tell her basically, like, try to get as close as you can. Try to have a romantic relationship with him. Like, try to have his babies. And it's like, you pimped your daughter out. And it's really, like, mind-boggling. So R. Kelly's team essentially brought that up to say that, you know, they tried to set him up. And while he didn't know her age, her mother did. And she was well aware of the situation, what was, you know, happening. And I want to say this. I've never felt like he was single-handedly wrong in the situation. I always felt like there were assistants, there were bodyguards, there were management. There were so many people that were almost as guilty as he is. Because I feel like you're aiding and abetting, right? That's what you're doing. So the mother, I feel like, if you pimping your daughter out, that's sex trafficking. Like, you are literally supplying predators for children. And what makes it worse is that you're supplying a predator with your child. Something is clearly not clicking in your head. And we know shit ain't clicked in his head. So I think that Jane Doe's mother needs to be facing charges. And I think that they need to be looking into all the parents, because he did not do this alone. He didn't commit any of these crimes by himself. Somebody helped him. Somebody was covering up. Somebody was paying somebody off. Somebody was closing doors, closing blinds, deleting messages. You know what I'm saying? Somebody was on the fucking stage holding that sign talking about some minimum of age 18. Y'all know what the fuck was going on? So I do think, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that the parents of R. Kelly's victims should be facing charges? I absolutely wholeheartedly agree. They need to be facing charges. I feel like that's sex trafficking. Because at this point, you get the right predator with enough money. He ain't got to be a celebrity. There are a bunch of quiet-ass rich people that live their life and don't nobody know about them. Like, they be living okay and happy and complete. And it's like you're supplying food for a predator. Like, you're supplying the prey. you need to be charged. R. Kelly's victims' parents need to be charged. Specifically, like off top, they're one of those text messages basically encouraging her 16, 17-year-old daughter to develop some type of romantic relationship with this grown-ass man. She needs to be charged. That's sex trafficking. Because you gonna pawn your daughter off to the highest bidder. That's sick. It's already sick to do it to somebody else's kids. It's sick as fuck to do it to your own. What the fuck was in her noggin? Clearly nothing. Let me get to y'all comments though. Somebody says yes. You got the clapping emoji. Absolutely, this is unacceptable. The savages were actually savage. Shaking my head. They were. They really were. It's really scary to think that. Like you gotta. Sometimes I just have a hard time believing that this world is really as sick. But you know, every day social media reminds me, and I can never pawn my child off to no fucking predator. It's like, how sick are you? I don't give a fuck. I ain't never gonna be that motherfucking poor where I'm about to have my kid out here sucking dick and doing that. You know, I don't even want to go into detail. That was really vulgar. But I'm just never gonna have my fucking kid out here doing no shit like that. I'm never gonna encourage my child to go out here and sell themselves short like that, to sell themselves at all. What the fuck? What type of message are you sending to your child? Like, and I feel like this case is not over. This motherfucker needs to be cracked wide the hell open. They need to be prosecuting parents. They need to be locking parents up, without a doubt. They weren't poor. They weren't. I didn't know they weren't poor people. I didn't know that. Crazy. You know what? That does make sense that they're not poor people, because I don't think. I mean, you gotta have some type of money to try to even get remotely close to this man. So that's a good point. Maybe they did have a couple dollars. So why are you doing it? Like, you know what? I really am starting to really believe, like, it really be these mamas, bro. Like, it be these mamas, because that was her mama. It's like, you would have to be a woman to truly understand to understand the bond that you have with a kid. And it's like, I'm not saying that fathers don't have bonds with their children. What I'm saying is that it's a different type of bond when you carry your kid. Like, pregnancy is, like, I don't give a fuck what nobody tell you. Pregnancy is the closest thing to death. That is literally, nigga, you a hop, skip away, a motherfucking slip and fall away from death. Legit. Like, that is the closest thing to death. How dare you carry this child for 9 months? Go through whatever you went through, okay? Because some people, though, some people are really good ones. But sometimes, you got a little ache of pain, your feet swell, whatever. You can't eat certain foods. You can't sleep right. Like, that's enough sacrifice for 9 months. And then ain't no telling how many months after that you might breastfeed. You got to co-sleep with a kid. Now you ain't getting no sleep. There's just so much sacrifice that it goes into just bringing a kid in the world for you just to give them off to the motherfucker, the highest bidder. Like, it's just really sick as fucking the head. And I really feel like the government is on some BS by not going the whole way. Send a message clear. Lock all they asses up. Greed is a motherfucker. Greed is a motherfucker. You ain't never lied. I don't know what I can't imagine. I couldn't imagine. I would never. So let's see. E Green Comedy. Do you think that the parents should face charges? I feel like they should face sex trafficking charges, because I feel like if she had enough kids that was old enough, or like that he liked them or something, or there was another sick individual around that was a celebrity with equal amount of wealth or better, I feel like she would have pawned the other kid off. No cap. If she had another kid around the same age and somebody was around him that was equally as sick and had as much money, or if not more, or same status, she would have pawned their ass right the fuck off. Absolutely. R. Kelly's already wrong because he's already committing criminal acts against children. But you dead ass, I feel like you equally as wrong for putting their ass out there. Like, what the fuck clicked in your head? Like, yeah, I'm gonna let my daughter go fuck this old ass man. Like, where were you trying to get money? You want to be famous? How fucking old are you? You've been unknown all your fucking life, and you hit 55, and you like, yeah, bitch. I I'm sorry, and you know what? Let me clarify for that, because the documents also said that this woman said my son-in-law would be older than me. So however old he was at the time, he was older than her. So that makes me wonder if they got like a 10-year gap. Maybe he's like, R. Kelly is like 60, right? He's like same age as my mom, so he's almost like 60. 10 years, 40. Yeah, that means she would. I'm a say I give her 10 years younger than him. That'd put her like 35 or some shit like that, which is enough time to be a teenage mama. It's not. I mean, I understand the idea of wanting to be famous. I can understand you wanting to have your youth back because you probably was stripped of it if you had a teenage kid. But that in no way in hell does that justify you ever trying to give your kid off to the highest bidder. Shit is sick in the head. Push the girl to try and seduce the man. They knew he liked young women. They played on that. Yeah, they did. Absolutely. I think that's let me pin your comment, because that is absolutely right. You're absolutely correct. And it's like sick. It's like, because why would you do that? And you know what? I don't even give a fuck. I always want to be like, well, what happened to her that she would do this to her kid? But you know, it don't even fucking matter. It don't even matter, because you knew what the fuck you doing was wrong. Sometimes I always want to be like, you know what? Look at how somebody grew up. You got to take that into play. You got to be let me not say that. You don't have to be considerate, but I feel like you need somebody's background to understand things. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't justify it, but you needed to understand it. But fuck her background, because you know that shit was wrong. You know what I'm saying? That shit was pure, she was purely motivated by greed. That was just her opportunity to get something for herself. And I really feel for her. I even saw, somewhere, not this particular victim, but a different one. Or perhaps it could be the same one, I think. Because I just want to keep in mind that the victim that we're talking about was never named in the documents. She was listed as Jane Doe. So, I just want to say that, like, other victims, they were saying, like, hey, one has committed suicide. And the way that he talks to them, and it's really just disheartening. It's like he's controlling, he's manipulative. That nigga crazy. Like, ain't no way around it. Like, I ain't about to go through all them adjectives. That nigga crazy. And the truest definition of it. That's what he is. He's a predator and he's crazy. And so you send a fucking child into that type of environment. I'm sorry, as a mother, as a parent, you push your child into that environment. It's like, what the fuck going on in your head? They need to lock her ass up. They need to lock her ass up now. And they need to do something with her other kids if she got some, which I'm sure she do. Because shit, like I said, I feel like if there was somebody else around him that was a predator too, she would pawn the other kid off. And I really feel for her family. Shit, what the fuck is her daddy? I feel like all the women were down for it. He paid them not to tell. And when the money dried up, they flipped. I ain't going that far. I'm not going that far, because I don't believe every single one of those women consented to being abused like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that. I don't think that at all. I don't think every last one of those women was like, yeah, fuck me up, abuse me, disrespect me, belittle me, treat me like nothing, and then I'm gonna be quiet about it. Like, and I'm gonna say something soon as the money dries up. Like, I don't believe that. Now, do I think that's the case for all of them? No. So that might be the case for some of them, but all of them, no. Not all of them. Not all of them. And whether or not that's the case, he still did as wrong. He's still wrong. He still has to go to jail, because you know that you do not be touching kids. And I interviewed with the guy with the nappy hair. I love his hair. He used to be on like Extra, I think, or something. He's like, do you like young girls? He was like, how young we talking? It's like, bitch, what? Bitch, what you mean? How young we talking? Like, I like all women. Like that nigga. That nigga when that nigga get off that interview out that chair, they should have been at the fucking door. Like, yeah, come on, bro. We ain't got nothing yet, but by the time we get to the station, we should have something. Like, yeah, this is just not acceptable. Still dead wrong. I'm not making excuses for him. But yeah, like, I don't know. You was giving me vibes like you was trying to take up R. Kelly, talking about some they flip. Nah, nigga, it didn't matter. Flip or no flip, bitch, you still need to go to jail. Like, that nigga needs to be locked up. So yeah, I feel like every parent of a victim needs to be thoroughly investigated. I think that they need to be facing charges. At the very minimum, child abuse, negligence, reckless endangerment, like the same type of shit you would get for a parent that's actively whooping their kid or not feeding their kid. They need to be charged. And that's it. That's it I got to say about them. Lock them motherfuckers up. And I feel like any parent that's out here turning a blind eye, turning a cheek to their child being abused, not only do I feel like you need your ass beat, I feel like you need to be facing charges. Absolutely. You turning a blind eye? Nah, bro. You need to be dealing with something, because at the end of the day, you are still responsible for that child. You are still responsible. You are still responsible for that kid. Shit, at this point, I don't know. I feel like that's a little reach. I'm about to say we need to start doing psyche vows when motherfuckers start having kids. Mothers and fathers. Because I know y'all be like, it just be the mamas. No, these daddies be out they shits too. Because where the fuck is these girls' daddies at? We ain't gonna go there, y'all. But yeah, so that's all I got for you guys today. I think that Brittney Griner would not be getting the same treatment she would be getting if she was an NBA player. This episode is also, it's not sponsored by Revive Girl, but I want to let you guys know that my shirt says Choose Peace, and it is by Revive Girl, which is a black-owned brand. Y'all know I love supporting black-owned brands, so make sure y'all check them out and give them a follow. And I also believe that R. Kelly victims' parents should be facing some type of charges, whether it's sex trafficking, reckless endangerment, child abuse, something. They need to be facing something, because he did not commit all these crimes for all these years alone. And I think that's all I got. You guys know I gotta go out the same way I came in. I see you guys coming in the comment section. Make sure you drop something in the comment section that you're grateful for. I am going to say that I am grateful for what am I grateful for? Today I'm grateful for, I don't know, man. Something I'm grateful for. I honestly, I really just be grateful to be alive. I really am. I feel like sometimes I be getting down, like I ain't got this, I ain't got that, I want this, I want that. And I really am just trying to shift my attitude to fuck what I don't have, be grateful for what I do have, and work my ass off for what I don't have. So today I'm grateful for everything I have, for life, for breath, for my kid, for health. I'm grateful for all those things. And I hope and I pray that I get to tell y'all tomorrow what I'm grateful for. So yeah, that's what I'm grateful for. That's all I got for tonight. Can I get one person to drop in the comment section something they're grateful for? I know I keep squinting my eyes, but it is truly because I don't have no glasses on. I've been wearing glasses the last couple of days, so it'd be hard to see the comments. Can somebody drop in my comment section something they're grateful for? All right, no. All right, well, that's all I got for you guys tonight. I want to thank you guys for tuning in this Tuesday like you guys do every Tuesday. I'm super grateful and I'm super thankful for you guys. As always, my name is Cherrell On, you guys. I'm the host of Let's Talk the Show, and this ain't a podcast. I'll see y'all next Tuesday. Peace.